Welcome back to another weekly shooting drill. This week's drill is really more of a technique than it is a drill. As you can see, I've got a long sleeve on today. Time of this filming, it's a little chilly here in Florida right now. We say chilly, it's in the 40s here. So, that being said, we're going to go over kneeling both with pistol and with rifle. And it sounds simple enough to kneel and shoot. You just drop to one knee and shoot just like you would if you were standing. It's no different. But there are some subtleties to help to shoot a little bit smoother, a little bit better. And then it also, you want to try and maintain that consistency for shooting. So with that consistency, even though you're shooting a pistol or a rifle, you still want to kind of drop in the same manner that you would whether you're using the rifle or the pistol to make things a lot better to keep that consistency going for you. So the first thing we'll talk about with kneeling is, your dominance on your hand. With the hand dominance and kneeling, in general, you want your non-dominant leg to lead with this. So if you're right-handed, your left leg will lead forward and you'll kneel onto your dominant leg. And that's, again, just a general rule, and you'll see when we do the rifle why that's kind of important. Now, there are going to be some issues, some instances you can't do that for different reasons. Certainly this is a great opportunity for those out there like myself that have multiple injuries that make it very difficult to even kneel down. And so, this is a great opportunity to feel comfortable to do these things and not worry about the shooting side so much, to worry about the form. Because again, when it comes to the shooting, you try and do this on a live fire range and you have a really bad knee or really bad ankle, you're thinking about that pain in the knee or the ankle and not shooting. And that could potentially be dangerous. So you want to kind of get through that, get over that, and do that here at OVR with the laser systems. And then you can feel comfortable should you have to do that in a live situation. So for the kneeling, we're going to look at this in some various situations. I'm going to start off where you're going to be able to see kind of my whole body like this. And then we'll bring the camera down low so you'll be able to see the foot movement and kind of position of the feet. Again, for me, with the severe medical issue of my feet, you're going to find I have to do a little bit of modifications, but that's okay. That's what this is here for, to be able to make those adjustments for you. And so you come in and you work through it and you realize, oh, yeah, that's uncomfortable for me. I can find a better way. So with that said, we'll start with the pistol and then we'll progress to the rifle, show you the techniques for doing this. So for the pistol, I'm going to do this facing you first, and then I'll do it turning to the side. So normally, we're not going to do it from the draw. We're going to just start facing it from like a low ready position. So as you come forward, your left foot, you don't want to stretch too far out. You want to take just a general step that you would just like if you were walking. Too small a step, you're going to be unbalanced. Too big a step, you're stretched out too far. So this is where you kind of get comfortable on what's good for you. So you take your step forward, and as you do, you're just going to kind of drop straight to your knee. And with the pistol, you don't have to worry about support or anything. So realistically, this is pretty much exactly how you would do if you were standing. So you drop to that knee. By doing it this way, it also allows you to easily get back up into a position. And again, if you're stretched too far, too much of a lunge, you're in an uncomfortable, unstable position, you're unbalanced. And then to stand up, you got to really do a, kind of a jig there. And we don't want to do that. We want to be able to get up and down pretty easily, pretty smooth. So for me, for that position, this is the general movement. And my knee is roughly at 90 degrees, just like if I was doing a regular lunge. And my back knee is roughly at 90. So again, let's take a look at this from the front position. My foot comes forward, drops straight to the knee. You can see everything is kind of lined in place. I'm not leaning to one side. I didn't take a big step off to the side. Everything sort of stays lined up and stays balanced. And from this position, if I need to get back up, I can push back up and come down relatively easy. Looking at this from the side position, again, this is an example of an overstep. So you come way out and you're a little bit too far out. You're a little bit off balance here. And so ideally you'd like to bring back, just kind of a general step. And you can see thigh, legs, all these are in line. And you might even say this is a little short. You want your leg kind of out a little more stable if you can. In this case, my toes are rolled under. You can put your foot like this or even turn it a little bit. Part of the reason I like my toe under, if I'm like this, it's really tough for me to get and put any pressure there to stand up. If my toe's under me, it makes it easier to rock back and get on my feet. For the rifle, there's really not that much difference on the rifle. Again, as you drop down, the difference on the rifle is once you're stable here, you can bring your foot to the side for a little more balance and actually sit back on your heel. Unfortunately for me, my knee doesn't allow me to sit all the way back. So I can't do that, but you certainly can. And then the other thing is if you look at the elbow for support, I can rest my elbow and then I have good support for the rifle at this point. Some people like to put this out and they think this is more stable. I find that uncomfortable. Again, I like my knee right around 90 degrees. That seems to be the most stable position. Again, my toes are rolled under. I can sit back as best I can, but like I said, my knee doesn't allow me to sit back. So I tend to lean more forward and put my weight on this front leg, let that one stabilize it. And again, if I need to stand up, I can get up and move forward. So again, from the kneeling, we're going to show this from the front position with the rifle. Again, not a whole lot difference. So if you're in, say, the low ready or even a high ready position, very much like your pistol, you're only going to take a standard step. You're not going to take a huge, giant step. And if you take too small of a step, again, you're going to be very unbalanced. So you take that step, drop down. You can have the rifle up, or you can rest it on your knee, and then you can release your shooting hand to just kind of rest it. That's perfectly fine. And then line everything up.